Alright, here's our week 9 beginner lesson. So mute your left hand and we're going to strum down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So the 2-4 is not a fraction. The top number tells us that there are 2 beats per bar or measure. The bottom number 4 tells us that the quarter note gets the beat. So that black note head with a stem is a quarter note. So we're practicing getting a steady beat. And stop. Alright, look at the second one. 6-8 tells us that there are 6 beats per bar and the 8th note gets a beat. So you see those kinds of notes are 8th notes. They have a flag or stem at the top. So now we're going to still mute the left hand. Down, up, down, 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 up, 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 down, up, down, 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 up. We're going to pick the C sharp major scale, and this is a unique scale because you can see every single letter is a sharp. So there are 7 sharps in the scale. We're picking on the A string, so find your 4th fret on that first string of the A string. So we're doing C sharp 4. Pick along with me. D sharp 6. E sharp 8. F sharp 9. G sharp 11. A sharp 13. B sharp 15 and C sharp 16. And that's our C sharp. New chords for the week are C sharp chord family. So let's do C sharp major, bar the 1st fret, and then put your finger 2 spaces away as if you're doing a C. Alright, C sharp minor, bottom 3 strings, 4th fret. And you can put your thumb where the X is. That means not to play that string. Alright, C sharp 7, bar the 4, and add your finger. So for that C sharp minor, you're only playing the bottom 3 strings, and the top string you don't play. You can either just strum the bottom 3 and be careful not to hit the top, or some people bring their thumb over the top to mute it so you don't make a sound with it. And that's how you do that C sharp minor. C sharp major, you just bar the 1st, 2 spacing. C sharp 7, bar the 7. Put your finger down like it's an A7. Alright, let's do our chord strummer. We're going to strum 8 of each, starting at the top. C sharp major, ready, go. Here we go. C sharp. C sharp minor. Turn the page. 8 of each. Here we go. F. F minor. C. C minor. C7. F7. G7. We're going to develop your chunking or chucking hand. Use a chuck to add a percussive clap-like muted strum to any strumming pattern. To perform a chuck, strum down across the strings and immediately use the side or fleshy palm of your strumming hand to dampen the strings. So it sounds like this. The chuck is a difficult movement to coordinate because it happens within a split second. If the chuck technique is new for you, try practicing the following way. Take your strumming hand and lay the side of your palm across the strings just above the sound hole of the ukulele to dampen the strings. While the side of your palm is in place, dampening the strings, take your middle and ring fingers and practice flicking them across the strings of the ukulele. Try to angle your hand and fingers so the nail side of your fingers is making the most contact with the strings to produce a nice scratchy chunk or chuck sound. This is what the chucking or chunking or palm muting, those are all different names, looks like. It happens with this hand. You can also mute with this hand, but right now we're talking about the strumming hand mute. You're going to basically take your hand, and it doesn't have to be hard. You're just going to like touch the strings lightly. So you strum it. So open without the strum, without the chunk, with the chucking. And just very lightly. You don't have to hit it very hard. And it adds a nice percussive technique, especially if you don't have a drummer. It kind of creates this rhythmic pattern, and there are different patterns. If you're having a hard time, so just muting it with this fleshy part of this hand. Open. So just hitting it with that fleshy part of the hand right under the thumb. If that's hard, they say you can lay your hand down against the strings and just try flicking it so you get the idea. So your hand is touching here and that dampens. Do this exercise. The D stands for down, so you're going to strum down. The C at the top tells us it's the C chord. And when you see the X, the note with the X on it, that means to do the chuck. So it's going to go like this on your C chord. Down, chuck, down, chuck, down, chuck, down, chuck. Alright, try it with me. And there's two lines with the two dots at the ends, a repeat sign. It means to do it over again. We're going to repeat it a lot of times. Ready? Here we go. Along with me. C, chuck, with your right hand. C, with your strumming hand, chuck. C, chuck, 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 C, chuck. Alright, look at the second pattern. This one goes like this. Down, chuck up, down, chuck up, down, chuck up, down, chuck up. And you're going to change chords. So it's going to go C, down, chuck up, down, chuck F, down, chuck up, down, chuck up. Okay, try it along with me. The second pattern, starting on C. Ready, go. Down, chuck up, down, chuck F, down, chuck up, down. Repeat C, down, chuck up, down, chuck F, down, chuck up, down, chuck up. Alright, so practice that pattern over and over until you get it. Third pattern goes like this. Down, chuck up, chuck up, down, chuck up, chuck up. Alright, try it along with me. C, here we go. Down, chuck up, chuck up. She said down, chuck up, chuck. Repeat. Down, chuck up, down, chuck up, chuck. Repeat. Down, chuck up, chuck up, down, chuck up, chuck up. Alright, so practice those patterns and practice your muting, chucking, chunking, all of those. Practice the strumming hand muting. That's the muting you do when you do that with your strumming hand. You can also mute with your fretting hand, the one that fingers on the finger neck. So fret hand muting is another popular way to perform a muted strum. It produces a similar effect to the chuck, but instead of muting the strings with your strumming hand, mute the strings with your fretted hand. So you're going to take your fretted hand and gently lay your fingers across the strings of the ukulele. Press down hard enough to prevent them from ringing out, but not too hard. The strings should not be pressed down to the fretboard. So you're going to strum the strings of the ukulele like normal to perform a muted strum. Use more of the nail side of your finger to produce a more percussive, scratchy sound.